Hi everyone, in this video I show you how to mod the multicore cable used by the Roland modules td11, 15, 17, 25 and 27. The multicore cable, as you can see, has some pros and cons. It's the best choice if you use all the jack inputs, but if you, like me, usually don't use all the jack inputs, it became so messy. First, we need to copy the labels of every cable. We are going to put these little papers on the specific cable. Let's start with the snare. And then with all the other cables. You wonder why I'm doing this? Now you'll see. Yes, I'm going to cut the multicore. I know it's painful. Now I want to add these 6.3mm female jack connectors to the multicore. I need 10 pieces. This is a mod that I want to do. The cables inside have 3 wires. Red, white and an exposed one. Now we are going to solder them to the female jack connector. The red one is soldered to the tip, the white one to the ring and the exposed one to the sleeve. As you can see, it's perfectly welded. The first one is done, now 9 more missing. Be careful though, the kick, hi-hat control and right bell cables are monos, means that they only have the red wire and exposed one. Like before, we weld the red wire to the tip and expose one to the sleeve. Once the job done, we move the labels from the cables to the mod multicore. This is the final result. Nice and easy. From the cables cutted before, we are able to get single jack cables, using a 6.3 male jack connector. And like before, a red cable to the tip, white cable to the ring and exposed cable to the sleeve. We get 10 beautiful jack cables. Now I'll show you why for me this mod is the best solution. I use my snare with the internal triggers. A Roland VT1. Another VT1. On the snare stand I put the Roland module td25. I use a Roland td9 and the Roland td9. Now it's time to connect the multicore cable. I'm going to use only 5 inputs. I connect the snare to the snare input, the BT1 to the hi-hat input, the second BT1 to the tom 1 input, the td9 to the kick input, the td9 to the hi-hat control input. In conclusion, this mod is useful for those people like me who don't use all the multicore jack cables. The pros, as you can see, are less cables and more control of the input sockets. I love this mod and I recommend it. Hope you enjoyed. I remind you to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Ciao!